Hello and welcome back to the Efficient Skillet. My name is Willie and I hope that you're doing extremely well out there. I know that I am. Today we're going to make homemade raviolis. Okay, so when it comes to making the pasta dough to do this ravioli, this is a very simple recipe as far as ingredients are concerned. There's nothing complicated about it. You take a cup of flour and you take a pinch of salt. And then what you want to do is take your spoon and just kind of make a little volcano right here. Just like that. And then what you're going to do is I've got one egg and then one egg yolk. So you take one full egg, the yolk, the white and everything, and then you take another egg and take the white away from it and just the yolk. So one egg and one egg yolk, and you put them in there. Put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And what you start doing is you just take a spoon or a fork, whichever. I like to use a spoon. And you just sort of start scrambling all this together right here. And as you scramble it, you just kind of start dragging a little bit of dough into it as you go. Now be careful not to penetrate the wall too early because then your eggs and everything will start running off the board onto the counter and all that, so you don't want that. But you just sit there and mix it like this. Keep adding a little more dough, keep mixing. And this is the true blue authentic way to make real authentic pasta dough. This is how you do it, the old school way. All right, so now it's safe to, as you can see, our walls are coming down now around our little volcano. Now what you want to do is just, at this point, you just start adding the rest of the dough, and then you just get your hands in there. And it's going to be a little sticky at first, but you just start working it like this. Then get your spoon and scrape the bottom a little bit. And you just start working it again. And out of this will come a nice dough. Now, once you get it to this nice doughy state here, then what you're going to start doing is what I like to do, and it takes a few minutes of kneading. I fold it over like that and I start pressing with my palm. Fold it again, press into it. And you're not going to use all this flour, just as much as needed to make this dough. Okay, so here's our ravioli dough. What I'm going to do once again is take just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Just put a little bit on there, just enough to give it a nice, and what that does is it keeps them from getting too dry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it in plastic and set it aside for 30 minutes. Now just set it aside for 30 minutes. So while our dough is setting aside for 30 minutes, our pasta dough, what we're going to do now is make our filling. This is real easy. I get this at H-E-B. This is a ricotta cheese. It's a 15-ounce short little thing. And what I do is I take one half of this and put it in this bowl here. This is ricotta cheese. So you put half a 15-ounce thing of ricotta cheese into your bowl. Then we're going to put just a dash of extra virgin olive oil. We're going to add an egg. We're going to add a half a cup of chopped spinach. And then we're going to take some fresh grated parmesan cheese. Just put some in there. You know, I don't know about to that too much. About to that too much. You're right to there. That's my Italian for all you folks out there. So there you go. And what we do is we just mix all this together, and this will be the filling for our raviolis. Oh, I almost forgot. A pinch of salt. Now be careful with this salt because the ricotta and the parmesan already have a lot of salt in them, so I just put a small pinch of salt in there. And this is our filling for the raviolis. That was easy, right? All right, now that our dough is set aside for about 30 minutes, I'm gonna take a little bit of flour and put it on my board right here. And then we're gonna take our dough and take it out of the plastic. There we go. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on our dough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces, quarter it. Just like that. And we're going to take 1 piece at a time. So we'll set 3 of them aside. And I'll take this 1 piece here. What you want to do is just kind of roll it like this a little bit. About like that. And what we want to do is roll it out long ways and like a big old rectangle as good as we can. Now they have pasta makers for this. It's like a little machine that you crank it by hand, or they got more expensive ones that are electric and all that. None of which I have. So I have to do it this way, and I just do my best, so bear with me. Probably most of you don't have a pasta maker like me, like I don't. So you want to roll it out to a nice, fairly long little length. What you want to do is get it real nice and thin. Okay, so once you got it rolled out like that, then you want to start adding some width to it like this. Now this pasta dough can be used for, I mean, it ain't just for ravioli. You can make homemade noodles with this. You can make a tortellini with it. Tonight we're doing ravioli. Nice and thin. You want it real thin. That's how you make good raviolis. Throw a little more flour out there. Let's roll it out just a little bit more. There we go. And there we go. So now, what we want to do is take our filling that we made earlier with the ricotta cheese, the fresh chopped spinach, Parmesan cheese, and the other stuff. We're just going to go just like this. Once you throw that out there, what I like to do is just take a nice little paintbrush, like nice clean paintbrush, and then just between like this, go between them like this. And what that water is going to do is just ensure that your raviolis stick together, like there's, you know, where you seal it off, it sticks together properly. Once you do that, then you just fold this over like this. And then you want to press down like this in between your fillings. And then what I like to do is I just take a wine glass like this. In this case, this is my wife's favorite wine glass, so I hope she doesn't see this video. What I like to do is just go like this. cut each one like that. Now this leftover right here, what I do is I just set it aside and I can like boil it later like noodles, funny shaped noodles. You really can't press it back together and reuse it. Then what I like to do is just take a fork, and we're gonna, you know, this kind of dresses them up a little bit. It almost makes them look like little empanadas. You take your fork and you just press down around those edges like that. There you go, there's one. There you go, raviolis. Now you just repeat the process. You get your next piece of dough and do it all again. Okay, we've constructed all our ravioli, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put them in boiling water. They cook very quickly, maybe a couple of minutes max, and they're done. All right, it's been about 2 minutes now, and you can always tell when they're ready because just like the gnocchis, they float. When they start floating, then they're cooked. So here we go. Nice big pan of fresh homemade raviolis. Folks, I just don't know if it gets any better than this. Now, when it comes to homemade raviolis, what you might want to do is put you a fresh, nice, fresh, creamy white wine and garlic butter sauce on there, kind of like that. And you might want to take you some more fresh grated parmesan. Put you a little parmesan on there. Let's cut into one of these raviolis, shall we? Woo! Boy, that's good. Man, that's good. I love Italian food. And these raviolis, these are some big raviolis here. So delicious. So anyway, I hope you try it and I hope you like it. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. And you can email us, efficientskillet@gmail.com.